everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Linux Guy. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit more about apt. In the last video I talked about doing upgrades on your computer using it. Today I'm going to talk about using it to install and uninstall software. So this is another newbie video, but I know a lot of people have questions about it. Specifically though, I want to talk about how to do it in the terminal. So for those of you who are familiar with Linux, you've probably seen at least something resembling this. If you're on Pop! OS, you've seen this. If you're on another operating system, you may have seen the Ubuntu Software Center, but more or less the function is pretty much the same. You go to these software centers, you look for what you want, you click install, and it's really that simple. So let's say I wanted to install GIMP, the GNU image manipulation program. I'd go search for it. Here it is. You see I have an option for it as a Flatpak. Now I happen to know actually that GIMP is available through apt, so what if I didn't want to install it as a Flatpak? Now I could click install. Since it's a Flatpak, I wouldn't need an administrator. If I wanted to install something else that was a Debian package, like this random program I've picked here, you'd see it has Ubuntu Debian. I'd click install and it would ask for the administrator's password. I can show you that. Here's my Linux guy. It wants my password. I'm going to cancel because I don't want to install it. For GIMP, since we can just choose the Flatpak, then it wouldn't ask for us. But we want to install this for everybody. And I happen to know there's an apt version of GIMP, and it's pretty new. It's also going to be more stable if it's managed through apt instead of Flatpak. Well, this could be a good reason to not use this interface to install GIMP. So I'm going to close it now. Now I'm going to open up the terminal. Okay, so now we're in terminal, and we're going to use apt. So let's say we wanted to do the same function. We want to know what we have. You don't need to be an administrator to do this. You can just look. And the way you do that is apt list, and then whatever you're looking for. I know my program begins with GI, but I don't know anything else about it. I can put an asterisk after it, which is a wildcard. You'll see it'll show me everything that has GI. I can even sort these lists using grep if I want to. So if I wanted to say I have that GI wildcard and I do pipe and then grep, and I want anything that contains the word hello, this would sort everything in the GI group that has hello somewhere in the text. I'm not going to do that because there is no such thing in apt, but I just want to explain you can really narrow down and find what you're looking for in this. It's pretty powerful. Okay, well I know what I want now. It's GIMP. There's the package. It's built for 64-bit system. There it is. It didn't show them at the pop shop, but it's here. Now you see why maybe you want to use the terminal, because you can see things that you can't see in that software center. Let's go ahead and install it. How do we do that? Sudo apt install GIMP. Now this one's pretty simple, but I want to point out this syntax right here. So apt-get. This will also work. This is now a deprecated way to interact with apt. So they made it shorter, which I think is great because it's easier to type apt than it is to type apt-get. It's just less to type. But if you see this in a forum, know that apt should be completely compatible with apt-get. But it is deprecated, so if I were you, I would just use apt where possible. One thing to note, if you do this space -y, you can automate this process because it is going to ask you if you're sure. So let's go ahead and install it. All right, there we go. There were no special things needed for this particular package, so it installed with no issue. And now if we go to all of our applications, we should be able to find GIMP. Here it is in content creation. And there's my software. So this was just a quick rundown of how to use apt in the command line to install software, but I wanted to go into a little bit more detail again. If you're a newbie, this is probably something you're unfamiliar with, and this will make you a better user of Linux pretty quickly if you can learn this stuff. Now, for those of you who are not newbies, you're probably groaning a little bit and like, why is this guy showing me this? Well, I also have videos on building your own web server, which is a lot more complicated than this. But I don't like to leave people in the dust. I like to try to cater to several audiences. So hopefully this has been helpful for those of you who are new. As always, thank you for watching the Linux Guy. Make sure to follow us on LBRY or Odyssey or BitChute. Send us a tip if you feel so inclined. Thanks always for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.